Hey, my name is Jared and you're watching Backroad Exploration. Right now my son Jackson and I are camped about 30 miles deep into the Desolation Mountain Wilderness area in Utah. We are out on a 2-day adventure and we have just this beautiful campsite in this little box style canyon. It's so stunning here. Yesterday we were making our way from the Price area through the Desolation Wilderness and kind of be making a big loop around the mountains east of Price all the way back up until we connected back up on top of Soldier Summit. Well, we went down this spur trail and found a hike and opted on taking on the hike yesterday. It was beautiful, led all the way down to the Green River, but because of that we only did about 35 miles of the 100 that I was supposed to do yesterday, and we're going to be doing 100 today. So I've been looking at the map and not exactly sure how we're going to proceed. I'm not positive we can go 170-ish miles with the allotment that we have today and time-wise, so I may have to make some adjustments to the route. For right now, what my plan is, because I couldn't find an easy pull-out section, my plan is to continue along the route that we had planned, see if I can't make a little bit better time today than I did yesterday, and kind of get ourselves back on track. If that's not looking like it's going to work, because these are all trails I've never been on before, then we may have to do some backtracking or find an alternate route out. But so beautiful this morning. I've just been wandering around camp, just taking in this nice little, stream that's running by. It's so beautiful and enjoying that. Time to get some breakfast going. It's funny, one of the things that my trasharoo gets used for as much as basically anything else, as much as trash I should say, is as a laundry basket. In fact, I would like to design a rear trash carrier that has a divider in the middle, an optional divider in the middle that you can either use or unuse, like with a zipper, that you can put like clothes and other things on one side and garbage in the other, because for a weekend style trip, this is more than enough for garbage than we would need, and it's nice being able to utilize the back of that for other stuff like dirty, wet clothes. Especially when I've got little kids, I've got dirty, wet clothes pretty much all of the time, or at least sandy and gross enough that I don't want to put it back inside the vehicle. So typically around camp, or like on hikes and stuff, I'm usually listening to something. A lot of times podcasts or different books. I'm always looking for good adventure books. If you guys have suggestions, let me know. Right now I'm listening to AWOL, which is a book about a man who hiked the Appalachian Trail. He quit his job and went out on a, I think about 5-month hike across the Appalachian Trail. It's pretty interesting. I really enjoy stuff like that. So always looking for good book recommendations if you have any. Oh yeah, nice delicious double patty cheese and egg breakfast croissant sandwich. That is how you eat out on an adventure. This is delicious. Well, I think I have found a solution. I don't think I can complete, I think I roughly have about 170 to 160 miles and only about 8 hours to do it. So, if I could go 30 or 40, no problem. But if I'm going 10 to 20, I'm going to be pushing it really close to my time. So I found part of my trail intersects with 9 Mile Canyon, I think early enough that if this is slower paced than I think it's going to be, then I can run down 9 Mile and jump back on Highway 6 in Wellington and make my way back, because I got to meet Lauren for an event tonight at about 6. So should give me plenty of time to do some exploring and a good way to pull out. If for some reason it's way rougher than I'm thinking, I can always backtrack and come the way that I came in and have plenty of time to do that. So hopefully it's fairly smooth or semi-smooth so that we can do a lot of exploring and not have to do any backtracking.
got a little problem with my rooftop boxes. Come check this out. So you can see this is sliding all around. Not good. Normally I utilize these, and I've had these up here when I connect them to this. I've taken these boxes everywhere, no problems. Apparently my kit that I keep these in, I did not replace, I did not put them back in after using it last time, so I only had 4 of them instead of the 12 that I normally have in case I want to run 3 boxes. So I need to make some adjustments to this so it's not sliding around. Wow, this changes everything. Shoot. Well, that was very short-lived. It's so hard to know because a lot of trails and roads go through private land, but they're public access roads. Several of the ones that I went on yesterday, public access road through private land. This is somewhat of a public access road, but it is being restricted. And so there's several intersections of private property that I had planned to drive through. And this one says that you have to have a permit, and you can only access this Range Creek field station area through the north entrance. I have no idea where the north entrance is, but we are definitely on the south entrance, and like 80% of the trail that I was going to be doing today is beyond this gate. So the good news is I'm in an area that I've never explored. We're going to do some backtracking and see if we can find some fun places to explore. Well, we're going to have to do a lot of backtracking. I just looked at the map, and there are no roads through this wilderness until we get back almost to Whitmore Canyon. Good thing is, I've never been to Whitmore Canyon, so we're going to go check it out. Lots of cool places to drive on the way back. It was beautiful on the way here, but really bummed that this route that I planned is basically a bust. I'm gonna try to access it via the north point, figure out what permit I need. That would be kind of cool to check out, but really disappointed that we were not able to do the vast majority of what I had planned today. Seeing a trail in reverse, while the surroundings are the same, the view is so much different. It feels like being in a totally new place, which is really fun. Well, we have just stopped and we're just sitting in some shade right now. I wanted to look out at this beautiful view that we have here and just kind of check things out. This is such interesting terrain. There's some of these old dead trees where they're just rugged and, just totally dried out. I love these trees that are just sticking up. There's a bunch of cactus and then just absolutely incredible views looking out around. Just such a stunning area. Molly likes it here too. What do you think, bud? What do you think of that view?
Good.
Is it pretty? Look at those mountains back there.
Beans, don't eat them.
this part in the dark Thursday night, and so I really didn't have any grasp of what it looked like. And man, this is so cool. It's really pretty. Just winding kind of along a little bit of this shelf road to get from one side of this canyon to the other. And man, I'm glad we've come back this way. You know, as sad as I am about not being able to go the route I was planning, running this in reverse has been really rewarding. I feel like this trip, more than anything, has reinforced a lesson that I truly believe, which is explore areas multiple times and drive every trail in both directions. You know, I've spent a lot of time like up on the Reservation Ridge Road area. In fact, I would have stopped by there briefly today if the trail had connected the way that I wanted. And each time I see and experience something totally new. And all that's done is really teach and reinforce in my mind that sometimes, you know, especially as overlanders, we're trying to get from one place to another and we bypass so much. And on this trip, it's changed so much what I thought we were going to do. We only did about half of the trail miles yesterday that we were planning, even though we wouldn't have been able to go much further anyways because of that locked gate. But we found a great place to camp. We did an incredible hike that was well worth the time and effort. And then I've spent today backtracking across somewhere I've already been and absolutely loving every second of it. And I think there's a lot to be learned from that. That it's important to slow down, soak as much in as you possibly can, and take as much time to get to know the area as possible. We have jumped back on the pavement. It is 2:45. We haven't eaten lunch yet. We're gonna head into town, grab lunch, and head towards home. It's about an hour and a half drive home, and I have an event with Lauren tonight at 6, so there's just not enough time to do any more exploring, but this has been so much fun, such a beautiful area. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and follow us on the day-to-day on Instagram at Backroad Exploration. Thanks so much for watching.